Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another DC Worlds Collide video. I hope you guys all had a great weekend. I had a pretty good one myself. And we got Yara is in the game here. Let's take a peek at her file real quick. She's way down here at the bottom. Where are you at, girl? There she is, Yara Flor. I'm assuming that's how you say her name. We're going to go over a kit here in a second, but before we do that, I just wanted to, we're going to read the email that they sent out, but I wanted to tell you about my weekend here in DC Worlds Collides because it was pretty interesting. So if you guys remember Thursday when I did my live stream for my Nubia, and I got Nubia 60, 70-ish pulls, I can't remember exactly what the number was. I stopped and I was just like, hey, I'm cool. I'll just do my 5 a day, for the rest of the week. Make sure I get all the stuff I need in the store and have all the currency I need in the store and stuff like that. So I did my 5 on Friday, and what do you know? I popped off a Nubia. So I was kind of like, cool, 2. I had her at 7, went ahead and took her to 8. Well, I did my 5 pulls on Saturday, and you probably figured it out by now. Yeah, I got another Nubia. So now she's at 9. I don't even know what happened. Just boom. So basically a double pull and a 10 is what I got for Nubia. So now she's at 9. We're 20 on our way to 140. I'll get another 20 from the event that you do attacking her. So she's at 9. We'll get her to 10 eventually. But yeah, I thought that was pretty funny that pop off a double Nubia over the weekend. And just to put the icing on the cake, Sunday we popped off a Firestorm. So now Firestorm is 10. So he's ranked 10, badge 27. I'm hoping with the event that ends tonight, I'll get enough. I can get him to 28. And then we're just 2 away from badge 30. And then Firestorm is done. And then we'll just have to figure out, start getting some of these tier 3 badges going. And just start increasing his percentage. I wish I had a better piece to put on. I'm not sure what I want to put on there. I'm just not sure. Like that one increases HP, life steal. That's not interesting. I'm not sure this is interesting. Yeah, again, we're doing HP. Now here we do additional damage and then damage and HP. That would be interesting. The Chaos Crystal does it at the start of round 2. That does a lot, And then haste and frantic. So maybe that's something I could look into. I'm just not sure. So because I'm not taking the lasso off Wonder Woman, I know that's probably the wrong move, but she keeps the lasso. Or maybe I can do the Mega Rod. I got it on Constantine, I don't know if he falls under all this, maybe that one. So I'm reaching out for some help. Let me know what you think. I got this on Cheshire, so I'm thinking maybe this, but I'm not sure yet. I'll have to look at it, but I'm definitely open to suggestions and would love to hear what you guys think about what a good piece for Firestorm is. So, but yeah, that was my weekend. I thought that was pretty crazy, and I just wanted to share that with you guys to give you guys an update on how the weekend went here for me in DC Worlds Collide. Let's hop into Yara. We'll hop into the email first. First email is just that she's in the game. The purple hero ring artifact has been added. I'll do that in another video. And then just content stuff. So let's hop into her email and see what she says. It says, Yara Flor is an epic DPS hero who brings a unique mix of protection, disruption, and finishing pressure to the Amazonian season. She keeps your role alive by sharing incoming damage, builds offensive momentum for herself and her allies, and can shut down key enemy plays at exactly the right moment. Yara works especially well in teams that want to survive the enemy's opening burst, protect the back row, and swing the fight back with precise timing. So she fits naturally alongside Amazonians like Nubia and Artemis, supporting the season's defensive identity while adding her own aggressive pressure. She's especially strong in teams that value row protection, smart timing, and momentum-based play, helping allies stay standing long enough to turn defense into a decisive counterattack. Her badge, Future Wonder Woman, further enhances her role as a momentum builder by rewarding her for stacking hard hit and spreading that offensive power across the team. Each stack of hard hit grants her 5% lifesteal. If she performs basic while she has the maximum stacks of hard hit, she gets 2 stacks of fragile, or she applies 2 stacks of fragile for 2 turns. And then if she has gains any stacks of hard hit while she has the maximum, she passes them on to her teammates in the back row. So she definitely is sharing, the way they're describing this, sharing the hard hits nice. Anytime you got lifesteal, that's nice too. If you don't need a healer out there, if they're healing themselves, that's always better. So that's kind of the email. She's going to be starting, she's be available on the 14th. I hope it's more than a day. Oh, this is the early access, the 14th. And then the 16th is when she becomes increased chance of change April 16th through the 19th. She's only up for 3 days? Wow. So early access, 14th through the 15th for a day. And then on April 16th through the 19th, she's up for 3 days, not even a week? Wow. All right. Well, you're going to have to go quick, I guess, huh? All right. Wow, I'm kind of shocked by that. I did not realize she was I figured it would just be a week, but nope, she's up for 3 days. Unless this email's wrong. The 16th through the 19th. Huh. All right. Well, let's get into her kit anyway, and let's see what she's all about. All right, everyone. We're back here. We're in her kit. She's a agile DPS, superhero tag, Amazonians. Still no Wonder Woman in this Amazonian stuff. I don't know if they're going to add her or not. Her tags are crit, redirect, and lifesteal. Fearless Brazilian Amazon goddess, demigoddess, rebellious Wonder Girl that defies gods, wields power no man can hold, and chooses her own destiny. So, all right. So let's hop into this. So the ultimate, it says attack all enemies with her golden boldiers, doing 80% of her attack as physical damage. The first enemy to use their ultimate after this attack will become subdued. This stops the enemy's ultimate ability from going into effect while the enemy's ultimate energy is still consumed. Does not work against evil falls and league challenge bosses. All right, so this is the whole protect, get out early start, and stuff like that. You get her out first. The other team can't use their ultimate turn one, their first ultimate. If you're playing manually, easy around it. She goes off. You just make sure you don't use Firestorm or Cheshire or Wonder Woman or whoever your DPS is, Hal Jordan. And you just use one of your tanks or whoever that you usually don't use. You lose the energy, but at least your cooldowns don't take effect on your other characters that you want to push, and then just swings right around back to them next time. So easy to get around. The fact that you have to invest to lower the cost to 3 means it's going to start at least at 4, if not 5. It doesn't say anywhere in here where it starts. And then this one says now stuns the enemy target for 1 turn. Who's the enemy target? It's an AoE. So does it stun the person that tries to use, if someone tries to use their ultimate, they get stunned? I'm assuming that's what that means, but it's not very clear. But yeah, that's her ultimate. So about 80% of her attack. That does not seem to go up in this at all. So that's kind of not very strong. I don't know what her base attack will be, but it doesn't seem like a lot, and especially from a DPS. I guess they're just banking on this whole making them use their ultimate energy and then maybe stunning them. But like I said, if you're manually playing, you can get around this pretty easy. Unfortunately, there's a lot of this game, especially some of the PvP, where it's not manually played. It's up to the computer, so then it's just down to luck who uses their ultimate next. If it happens to work out in a way to where you can get it on a Firestorm or Cheshire, and then they have to go on cooldown, plus you use up their energy, then maybe it's effective, So, I don't know. DPS, I would like to see a lot more damage, but let's go to our other skill. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. But perform a powerful half moon kick for 160% of attack as physical damage. Target the enemy support with the lowest max HP, otherwise use normal targeting. That pops off to 200 at a level, and then this attack always crits against support. So pretty good, but let's take a look at supports real quick. Alright guys, we're here in the support thing, and as you can see, not a lot of great characters. I mean, Ocean Master, obviously if you take him out of the block team, that's done. you can pretty much neuter them. So maybe it's effective against the block team, but even the legendary supports, I don't see anyone saying either of these two are very good. Um, Zatanna, people like her, but usually she's giving out the frantic turn one and she's getting you out fast right away. So she does her job at the beginning. Maybe Raven, but there's just not a lot of supports out here. Mr. T's a support, but I don't know. I would like to see it against the DPS, and that way we can go after those Cheshires and Firestorms and Wonder Womans and Haljords and stuff like that and really get after them, as opposed to taking aim at supports. Just, I don't know. I look at this list of support characters, and this is who we're targeting. I just I just don't know. I mean, not that these characters aren't great, but if I'm trying to get rid of someone fast, I want the DPSs gone. I'm not worried all that much outside of Ocean Master about some of these characters. So, interesting. All right, guys, we're back in our kit. Let's take a look at one of our passes. At the end of each ally's turn, there's a 50% chance for them and Yara to gain hard hit. And that's not bad. Anytime you can get hard hit, that's fine. And once you max out, there's a 100% chance she's going to get hard hit. So she's going to be passing out that hard hit like crazy. She's going to, one of her people gets it. Once she's maxed out, she's taking the one she gets, she's giving it to someone else. So they're probably going to be maxed out. So she's definitely giving out a lot of hard hits. She's definitely, this almost screams more support character than DPS. She's doing a lot more help than she is damage, it seems like. But hey, passing out hard hits, not a bad thing. Not at all. You get her out there with some hard hitters and, that's not bad. And then the last one is when allies in her row take damage, Yara Flor will show 20% of the damage, and the shared damage is additionally decreased by 15%. So they talked about this in the email about this. Damage reductions up to 25%. I'm going to assume this decrease still stays at 15%. And then if allies in the same row as Yara were damaged with the same attack, I'm going to assume that's kind of like a Constantine, Wonder Woman, some kind of AoE, Firestorm. With the same attack, they gain a stack of Recuperate for one turn and a stack of Redirect for damaged allies and Yar. So then they get Redirect as well. So again, this doesn't scream DPS. This screams more support. I want my DPS dealing damage, not taking damage and not taking extra damage. So, but yeah, she's going to share that. So if it's 100, she's going to take 20, and then you're going to knock 15% off that. So, there she is. She's in the back row. She's helping your back row survive. And that's her kit. She's helping take damage. She's passing out hard hit. And she's targeting support characters if they're out there. And then she's kind of freezing or stunning whoever uses their ultimate after she uses her. Like I said, screams more support than DPS. I mean, really, really does scream support. I mean, she's doing a lot for her teammates, and 80% of your attack on your ultimate just isn't hitting very hard. I mean, this hits pretty hard, 160. But this here, like, how much damage are you going to put on her? Like, if she's going to do this at the end of every one of her turns, I want her fast. So she's going all the time and heading out that hard hit all the time, And then you got to think about health, too. If she's sharing damage, that means she's taking this damage all the time. You want to make sure she's got enough health to share that damage with, too, So where are you sneaking in the attack bonuses to help with her attack? She screams a lot more support than DPS to me. But that's just my opinion. Hopefully, you guys will give me yours. You guys are a lot better at this than I am. But I see a support character here as opposed to a DPS. They say she fits in with Nubia. I'm not sure how, except for maybe the help with the defense of the back row. But Nubia definitely has block mechanics and stuff like that. There's none of that in here. I mean, I guess you could put her back there, and she's giving Ocean Master a hard hit, which is going to make his counters hit harder. I mean, that'd be pretty cool, but you could put her back there with pretty much any DPS and let her just pass out this hard hit and, turbocharge them. So, but yeah, that's what I see. I see more support than DPS. Not a lot of damage. I think I like the hard hit passing out a lot. Definitely want her fast at the end of each ally's turn, especially once there's a 100% chance. You just want her going and going and going and just passing out that hard hit to your actual DPS characters. So, but definitely let me know what you think. Let me know where I'm wrong. Let me know if you think maybe I'm even right. That might happen. Accidents happen. And, I'm excited to hear from you. And let me know what you think of Yara here. The one other thing we'll touch on with Yara real quick here is there is no team synergy with her. Nope, flash. And I got the rest. So no team synergy for Yara yet. So I guess it's coming with Artemis. So another legendary with the team synergy. So that's going to require getting another legendary to 10. So we'll have to see what Artemis brings and what that synergy brings and see if her synergy can kind of wrap all these three together into one team. I would love to see them do things where, and again, I know this kind of takes away from theory crafting, but things where like this happens, but it happens even more if they're all Amazonians, or it happens more if they're Amazonians. You know what I mean? Like really connect these characters together and make them form a team. I know theory crafters don't like that because they like to mix and match everybody and get different teams out there, and there's a lot of fun in that, as I've talked before in other videos. But having these groups of tags together and having them work together, I like, and so I wouldn't mind seeing something like that. So. But there you have it. There's her kit. I'll say it one more time. Sounds more support than DPS to me, but definitely let me know what you think, because I'm curious, and I usually learn from you guys, and so I need all the help I can get. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Just wanted to go over her kit, let you know about my pretty fun weekend here in DC Worlds Collide. And best of luck to you if you're going to pull for her. It looks like you only have about 3 days unless you get at her early. So good luck out there, and I definitely hope to see you in the next one. All right, everyone. Take care.